I got it. Oh my god. No Miranda right?
This TikToker thinks he's extremely well known.
Can't assume that everybody knows who you are.
I don't assume that everybody knows who I am. I said a lot of people know who I am.
I believe you, and I never said that.
Why are you saying all that?
I said you don't know that this guy knows who you are.
Oh, he sure did.
He's not. Also, he thinks that he is above the law.
That's just so annoying.
And is shortly going to find out that he isn't, as this TikToker gets arrested for his reckless actions that he did earlier on in the day.
Get on the ground, you're gonna get tased.
To when he actually got interviewed, talking about the whole incident.
I'm sorry about the arrest and stuff, but dude, watching the video was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny.
And started telling the press his side of the story that didn't quite match up with the surveillance footage.
Basically, don't mess with me.
Don't mess with no.
All of this straight after the comment shout out, and that goes to MumLife22. Thank you for your comment. If you guys want to shout out in the next video, make sure to leave a comment down below saying, "Ablaze, I subscribed." And I'll pick one of you for a shout out in the next video. So back in 2022, on the 28th of March, a TikToker by the name of Icy Wyatt came in contact with the law, tried to thwart the law, and well, the law won. A TikToker with over 1.3 million followers was arrested after allegedly assaulting a police officer and another person with a firearm. The 23-year-old was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, 1 account of battery on an officer, and 1 account of resisting arrest. The incident occurred after Icy Wyatt was driving recklessly before stopping his car in the middle of the road in Florida. Icy Wyatt apparently came into conflict with 2 people as he stopped his car in the middle of the road, and then to further that conversation as they pulled up into a Chick-fil-A. It's been reported that they were arguing until Icy Wyatt actually pulled out a gun and actually pistol whipped one of the men in the face. But to add some context to the story that plays afterwards, I would certainly like to play some of these clips. Icy Wyatt was originally seen in a car park driving around, putting other civilians in danger. On top of that, he was driving in a vehicle that was easy to target, a bright pink Mercedes to be exact. I'm just saying, if you're going to be driving around like you're in GTA, maybe best do it in a more common car. I feel like you're quite easy to track down when my guy has the bright pink Barbie car, to which this delusional TikToker was putting other people's lives at risk. A lot of people originally phoned into the police station to make their complaints.
Yeah, there's a guy driving around in a pink Mercedes. He almost just hit a lady with pushing a little stroller with his kids in the shopping center.
I just saw a guy on a pink Mercedes SUV. He went down off his car, shirtless, shoeless, and started shooting the lady's car.
To which the police actually turned up to the location to speak to the 2 men who had previously been assaulted by Icy Wyatt to listen in on their side of the story on what happened inside the Chick-fil-A.
Where they pointed in my face. I turned around just to leave, and right as I turned around, whacking in the back there.
But after being detained, Icy Wyatt tells a rather different story, that he just simply showed his weapon through his car window as not to mess with him.
Babe, I'm getting arrested because of those people that cut me off. I pulled the gun out to show them through the window, like, don't f with me, and they all went back in their car. And they're talking about it's just for tonight. I can't go to jail tonight. I have to work, like.
You are in absolutely no wrong.
I'm telling you.
I'll come trust and believe.
Go right out of it. I gotta call my mom. Goodbye.
I know while watching this, it makes it seem like this is just a big adult baby, but nothing really solidifies that more than this next clip where he says, "You can't take my phone."
You can't take my phone.
Really? Let's see how that went.
You can't take my phone. This is my possession. So now you're gonna be a thief? Now you're gonna be a thief.
You're under arrest. You're not allowed to have the phone, okay?
It would appear the police are well within their right to take the phone off of him. And they did. Funny how having 1.3 million followers doesn't protect you from the law. Now, I would also like to play this clip from this interview. In this interview, the TikToker claims was in charge of the whole situation, making the police very much scared of him.
What happened, bro? Can you tell me seriously? What the heck?
Basically, don't mess with me.
Don't mess with no.
But honestly, I'm really glad that they released the body cam footage because that couldn't be further from the truth. He tries to talk to the police officers like they are beneath him because they don't have enough followers, which is absolutely insane. Stating to the police officers, "Do you not know who I am?"
Y'all don't know who I am?
Nope.
Like the police officers don't have more important things to do during their day than to watch content like this.
Hey, y'all, do you want to eat with us? So my baby brought me back some Hawaiian.
Yes, honestly, the fact that my guy even has 1.3 million followers on TikTok should really be maybe the discussion on this video, as it's a great mystery. He later on, though, in the same interview, claimed it was a complete misunderstanding, stating the fact that he simply asked the police, "Do you know who I am?" because he said he was the one who originally phoned them.
He's the one who
Don't you know who I
Right,
am?
I was like, you know, people get a hard time when you do the "don't you know who I am."
Yep.
But I let you slide because you're cool. But I mean, like, because some people in the comments were like, "Oh, you did the don't you know who I am?" You should have been like, "Well, I got a big ass following. What do you want me to do?"
Right.
I simply find this very hard to be true, considering they're in the middle of the street and it doesn't look like he phoned the police to meet them there. Also, why would he have that many police there to meet him? It very much looks like a stop and search, and all the police officers are going in knowing the fact that this man has a concealed weapon on him. Not to even mention the fact he then basically says, "Yeah, well, I have a big following."
You should have been like, "Well, I got a big ass following. What do you want me to do?"
Right.
Very cringe. With things apparently amping up in the car ride on the way to the police station, I see Wyatt seems to be rather agitated in the back as he tries to explain his side of the story, while sprinkling in quite a few lies.
What are you alleging that he did? Brake check you?
Swerved into my lane,
Okay.
then pulled over me and brake checked me, like causing an accident.
Okay. Do you have video of it on your car?
Like, accident.
Did you guys actually get in an accident?
Proof that I
I mean, he's got a big ass, like, knot on the back of his head.
You have video proof of it.
No, but there are independent witnesses. So,
Millions of followers. People make that
I mean, not everybody knows who you are.
It doesn't matter. I have 58 million followers, baby girl. Everybody who's been on TikTok or Instagram has seen who I am.
Stating he has 58 million followers, which simply isn't true. One of the things that I find rather interesting with this whole case, with the articles that have been written that were happening around this time, stating that he actually had within 800,000 followers. But now, if you go onto his TikTok page, having 1.3, he has nearly doubled his followers. And to be quite honest, I find a lot of that probably has to do with this whole case.
Assume that everybody knows who
I
you
don't
are.
assume that
So,
everybody knows who I am. I said a lot of people know who I am.
I believe you, and I never said
How
that.
are you saying all that?
I said you don't know that this guy knows who you are.
Oh, he sure did.
Oh, did he say
Trust
something?
me, when somebody is swerving into my lane, brake checking me, wanting me to stop, wanting me to race my car, is coming out the car, I know that's a fan.
As he insists, he knows that's a fan, adding to the fact that he is extremely delusional. Despite these actions as well, his TikTok account is still up and running as of today. It seems like he is no longer the one uploading the videos, as I'm pretty sure he's probably in jail. His wife, on the other hand, seems to have taken over full control of the TikTok, creating TikToks by herself, asking you guys if you would like to eat with her.
Hey, babies, eat with me.
No, I don't think I would. On top of that, he sometimes phones in and says, "Do you want to eat with me instead?"
Hey, y'all, do you want to eat with me?
I know. The most exciting content I think I have ever seen. And I'm utterly baffled on how the police officers didn't know who this is. Now, this delusional TikToker I feel like was certainly in a big shock when the police actually made the arrest. I don't think he felt like that was something they could do for some reason. Having 1.3 million followers somehow exempts this man from being arrested for some reason, which makes this part of the footage even more enjoyable to watch.
Get on the ground or you're gonna get tased. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
But the main part of today's video is talking about what really happened afterwards. Things got so bad that actually Icy Wyatt's mum even came over onto TikTok to try and clear some things up, as it would appear that Icy Wyatt did get out on bond, ended up breaking his agreement, which sent him back.
Hey there, in case you didn't recognize me because of my hair, I am Icy Wyatt's mom, and I wanted to give you an update on his case. I will not be defending him, I just want to present the facts. And I will be commenting on this behavior as well. If you go online, you can look up what Wyatt is being charged with and what he was out on bond for. So when bail was posted for those charges, he was out on bond. While he was out on bond, he is being accused of something completely different that did happen in the same county. So that is a completely separate charge, and being that it was in the same county, it has been wrapped into this case. That is what today was about. Charges for that case have been put onto this case, and he has now had his bond revoked by the judge, and he is being remanded until trial. So with these new accusations and the new charges, they're saying that he violated his agreement to be out on bond, therefore revoking the bond and holding him until trial is set. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions about how long he's going to be away for and so on. He does have charges against him. The trial date has not happened, so nobody knows. He has not been found guilty of anything. He has not pleaded out of anything. It's just waiting for trial. They're going to keep him in jail until the trial date happens. And at this time, unfortunately, none of us know how long that will be until trial date is set. So meanwhile, this is an ongoing case, and we happen to have his wife on live talking about it. Now, she states in her live that she has no more contact with me, which is true, but that she no longer needed any more uneducated advice. And the only advice I had ever given to Wyatt was to keep his mouth shut, keep his side of the street clean, and listen to his attorney. And as we've all seen, it was nearly impossible for Wyatt to not talk about his case on podcasts, videos, etc. And being scared mama bear, when I would see it, I would make a video trying to show the other side, and his wife would still be hyping him up to talk about it, and they didn't want to listen to me, so eventually I just gave up, and it probably wasn't a good idea to try and defend him in the first place. And contrary to Wyatt Amazing's recent narrative about me, I will always love my son unconditionally. I may not always approve of his choices, but I will always love him. I support my son, and in the beginning I supported Amazing. I really tried to be there for both of them, but she has really shown her true colors, and unfortunately it's paid its price. And I know it takes two to tango, and I'm not here to try and place blame solely on Amazing, but it's definitely a toxic relationship, because here is Icy Wyatt before Amazing. And this right here, this is Wyatt after Amazing. And as a parent, this breaks my heart.
Honestly, just all around incredibly sad. Now, I wanted to update you with some of the things that have been happening with this whole case. Firstly, there's been a rumor going around saying that Icy Wyatt actually got sentenced to 2 years. Now, obviously, this isn't true because he actually hasn't even had his trial yet. Another thing as well is his trial and case actually got sent back and isn't now happening until January. I'm sure the fact that him being on his bond and the fact of him breaking that bond with other crimes seamlessly seeming to pile on top of one another. Now, it would appear that Icy Wyatt came out with an actual statement talking about the body cam footage that got released, and apparently he wasn't best too pleased as he created this statement talking about it. He was upset with the release of the video EWU body cam without his consent. The TikToker confirmed his intent to share it himself, emphasizing the importance of understanding the full context of the incident, its impact on the public perception. Sought support from his followers and even extended an invitation to his critics to join a YouTube live stream to address the situation. Another thing as well is there seems to be a whole subreddit completely dedicated to Icy Wyatt's case, which is kind of crazy, with having 6.2 thousand members for some reason, with the description saying, "Babe, wake up, Icy Wyatt's page just posted." I think the thing in all of this is the fact that there is a rather delusional TikTok influencer with a rather large TikTok following, thinking that he's above the law somehow, and also thinking that he can get away with anything, when that really couldn't be further from the truth. I'm really glad that the body cam footage did come out, out, because judging by what Icy Wyatt was saying, nothing seems to have matched up whatsoever, even shortly after with the interviews as well. Once the body cam footage was even released, it's still not really matching up with what he's saying. Like I said, he goes on trial in January, so I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on this case. With that all being said, if you guys enjoyed this type of content, definitely consider subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.